So now you divorced and you are jealous because he's dating the younger woman. Well done. You've done the best and you've got where you are. But if you bear with me, I will help you and it will make easier to handle your situation. So first of all, if you're angry and depressed because your relationship fell apart, you need to evaluate two things, minimum one, to move forward and rebuild your life. Better, happier, and more fulfilling. And not repeat the same mistake what you've done now. So I assume 99.9% that you haven't fulfilled your role as a wife as 100%. You didn't give your 100%. Meaning when he wanted to make love, you didn't feel like. When he wanted to make that you would make a sandwich, you say go and do yourself, and so on and so forth. A lot of times you were not helpful, and he's done things. Basically over the years he had enough. So now when divorce happened, you're crying your eyes out because now you realize that he's probably got a better, and maybe he definitely deserves it if he was a better spouse, if he contributed more and he didn't get enough or way less what he was contributing. That's one scenario. If you contributed more and he less and still divorce happened, you still can take blame a lot of on yourself, because when you in your role as the feminine woman and do your part in relationship, a man less likely will walk away and find somebody else. If you are not fat, if you look after yourself, you smell nice, you look good, you take care of your body, and because your character is nice, then everything matches together and you're a very, very desirable wife, because you know how to encourage him, you know how to stay quiet, you never fight over your opinion, you give opinion and leave on the table. But less likely you are like that, and you have room to work and become better. Ladies, I'll tell you one thing. If you would use your feminine power instead of being ambitious everywhere, in the corporate world and in the house, telling the man what to do, he has enough one day and walks away and finds somebody else that's more feminine and gives less hassle. I found over the years working in factories, which is like sort of like middle class, suppose, maybe less than middle class, I'm not sure, but just average Joe people. And what I found, that men a lot of time afraid of their woman. In English culture, in UK, that's in 20 years what I discovered. Men a lot of times afraid of their spouses, woman. Why is that? Do you not get it? Men are weak, and when they start relations, they already go on the woman because they want to have her. But if they would have more choices, they would never pick you. But because they average, they don't have much choices. That's why I picked you. And you think you got him. No, you didn't. He just simply didn't have enough choices. And he only chose from what it was available, and you were available. But even though maybe it was romantic, romance and love and whatever, at the end of the day, all this is irrelevant. What counts now is where you are and in what state you are and how old you are. But even though it doesn't matter how old you are, number one is you taking care of your body. There's number one. It's multiple benefits. It's first of all, it's your health in the long run. You have less complications and will be more happier overall if you keep fit and look after your body. If you're fat and bad character and ugly, God have mercy on you, because being ugly, being fat, and bad character like a devil. It's nothing worse that could be found in a woman in nowadays. And I'll tell you what, a lot of beautiful women, if you go on Tinder and scroll between 28 and 40, why 28 and 40? Well, I'm 45 and I'm just scrolling between 28 and 40 sort of ish and see what they are like. And I can tell you, a lot of beautiful, slim, looked after women, but a lot of them with kids, and they say the kids are their world. I would never pick a woman like that. That's another video for that. But what it shows that ladies today have wrong philosophy, and because of that they stay single, too high demand, too ambitious, too strong, too what do you call it? Not feminine, feminists, and they're independent. I am very ambitious. I'm very independent. A man doesn't need you. A man doesn't need you. You're a troublemaker. You're untamed wolf or tiger that's ready to rip apart his prey any moment. So a man doesn't need like a woman like that. If you understand your power, where is your power, then man hardly will have a desire to walk away from you. What power? When he's low in mood, you say something sweet, something nice to encourage him, to support him. You're always scared asking questions. Honey, how you feel? And then you say something nice to him to encourage him. If he is, for example, when you talk and you give your opinion, you never fight over it. If he says, let's do this way, you say, okay, no worries. But every time if he misses the mark and his choice will not work out, he will remember your choice or your opinion, what you said. So if he's a wise man, he will learn quickly and will start using your advice in certain specific areas where he sees that you have wisdom inside. So you don't need to fight over that. The problem is that you always pick wrong man to begin with. And because you don't know who you are, so you're picking someone also who they don't know who they are. And now you're trying to glue the family, it will never work. Because when you start living daily life, coming back from work tired, he likes football, relaxed, he drops his socks here and there everywhere, and like he's dirty and scruffy and whatever, and you like, being tied, everything put on the shelves like the specific way, and now you're telling him put the socks, and he tell you after a couple of times you remind him F off and whatever, and after that you're going downhill. So it's like roller coaster relationship. But if you would know who you are in your values, and you stated on day one what you will do for him, I never met a woman that would tell me what she will do for me, what she's willing to invest in relationship. She would say, when I finish my talk, she would say, this is what I'm going to do if I will find a man that I see that I would like to have a relationship with him and marry him, that he would marry me. This is what I would do for him. I would be kind. I will be loyal. I would be adapting, meaning I would give opinion, but I would allow to decide him, because I would test him and see that before I marry him would be enough time to see that he's wise, that he has sound judgment on daily life. Not some kind of like inventing rockets, just daily life. What daily life is. Kids, at some point, like give opinion about your sister's kids or your friend's kids, and give specific situation and see how he will explain, how he would deal. If his answer would be, we will work it out when we have our kids. Never marry a man like this, because he haven't got a clue what he's gonna do. And if he can't explain what he's gonna do, how he's gonna do it? The only person who will, if he knows what he's talking about. If I've been in Newcastle town center, I've seen like what do you call it? Let's say JD Sports shop. I know where it is. I can take you there. So if I never been in Newcastle, I don't know where JD Sports, on what street, we will figure out. It might take like a long time until you figure out, because if you start somewhere in Cramlington, which is like 6 or 8 miles something away from Newcastle, and you're on foot, it might take a long time. So therefore, it's very important for a man to understand what he's talking about. You give him situations with children. You give him situations on finances, how finances will be in the family. If you want finances to be in the family separately, you're setting yourself for trouble in the long run. Although a lot of people doing today because they don't trust each other. If you don't trust, why you... But the problem is with this. You want kids. You're having kids. Kids for life. That's it. It's a human being. And you having kids together. But when it comes to money, you say, no, that's my money. Your money was you. That's wrong. You will never work it out. People live like this. I see my ex-colleagues. They live in a relation. They some married, some just live for years. But guess what? When you look at them, you get depressed. Because nothing there. Some live more or less happier than others. But it's just average. I would not want. They don't have goals. They don't do anything. They just come back from work, kids, house, and that's about it. More or less go once or twice a year on holiday. And what else? Not much, is it? So, as a girl, as a woman, you should decide after divorce, I will get angry, continue to stay angry, but now focus anger to a direction that you will change yourself. You deciding to change yourself, work on yourself. If your body is intact, that means you're only maintaining your body. But if your character, you see what I told you about making love, being adaptive, being like contributor, meaning taking care, cleaning, cooking and everything, some things like that. Because also I found out in this country, a lot of times women like to sip the wine and really they don't cook. But you should be cooking. You should be looking after a man. But if man wants to cook, that's okay. Then you do other things. So, understand that you're angry, and that anger will help you to change yourself for the better. Now you need to get the right philosophy. When you meet a new man, you will be totally different from who you are now. And that's the key to change your life. Because now you're working on yourself, you slowly, the pain will go away. The mark in your heart, wound will heal. It's just gonna be like, like when the wound heals on the body, you can see the mark, you can touch it, but it doesn't hurt anymore. So it will take time. You can't escape that. There is no magic pills that you can swallow and be happy straight away. No, time will heal it. But if you have right philosophy, how you're moving forward day by day, then it will help. It ease off. So focus on your body. If your body intact, maintain it. Then work on your character. Listen to channels like mine where I help men and women to have the right philosophy, to succeed in life, making right choices. Not to make yourself so busy and call yourself successful. Depends if that's what you want. I don't want that. I work 2.5 weeks and I'm happy. 10 days I'm traveling, but I'm working that I would work less than 2.5 weeks. Because I know how to spend my leisure time. I enjoying my leisure time. And that's another subject for that. But in reality, a lot of people want to be successful and get entangled in so many things, getting so busy, and the life goes like this, and they realize I wasted my life by chasing wrong things when I should have really looked inwardly who I am, who I want to become before I die, what type of person I want to be. Doesn't matter how much you achieve in this world. Oh, I want to leave a legacy. And what? And what? If you in the process lose your soul. What do you mean, sir, you lose your soul? Maybe you're a knob. Maybe you're so, you're rich, but you're mean. And you're unhappy because, you're entangled in so many affairs. And you even don't know how to spend leisure time. So there's the number one key should be you getting spiritually, get into spirituality, getting into like meditations in a way that inwardly, desiring to be a better person, more kinder, more loving, more giving, more generous. Every time you have an opportunity that you would do that. If you set a goal for the rest of your life to become a person, a better person, more loving, more caring, more sympathetic, more giving, more generous. If you're gonna be like that, set a goal. That's my goal. I don't care about achievement. I'm moving towards a better life in a way. I want to travel and not to be bound by one place where I am now. I live in my house, but I want to travel and work from online. That's why I'm creating these videos and helping you to understand your position where you are and how you move from where you are to where you want to be. And for me, it doesn't matter how long it takes. I'm already living happy, satisfied life and very peaceful life. But I also have a long-term goal. That means I'm working, creating videos, because it doesn't matter how long it will take. I'm sticking with my plan because I know what I want to do. Travel around the world, helping people to live a better life, more peaceful, more happier, more fulfilling. Doesn't matter how much money you will make. And then if you're making money, a lot of money, but in reality, you're not becoming spiritually more richer inside as a person, more giving, more loving, more caring. You're losing in this world, even though in other people's eyes you're winning. That's why these people who understand this, like they go in secluded places, like monks, they separate from this world and they dive into sort of like spirituality. I'm not saying to do that unless you want to do that, but I'm practicing looking inwardly and focusing on my spiritual growth, and I find peace and happiness there. So I'm already happy. So this goal just gives me more opportunities traveling around the world, being not bound by one place. I can see things. But even if we take way longer what I'm thinking, it doesn't matter. I'm traveling within the country, start soon traveling outside the country, because I have 10 days to travel anywhere I want. And I'm hopefully maybe not that long time from now, I will be reducing work to make even more days off, so that I could do more, enjoy more time to create and do things what I really want to do. That's what gives me happiness and grow spiritually as well. So in that term, so you need to understand your goals, how you move from now. Fix your body, work on your mind, read books, watch channels like mine, be helpful, subscribe, like the button if you like. If you hate, click the button down, the thumb down, and say what a knob I am, and that will be helpful, because of that you will get some anger out. But I'll tell you one thing: if you expressing anger in a negative way, like saying bad things to other people, that might give you a little bit easiness at that moment, but after a while you will feel bad because you're doing the wrong thing, especially if somebody didn't say anything wrong to you. So always rather be positive. I normally, very very rarely, I probably can count how many times I left negative reviews, but I didn't call people names or anything. I just questioned what they were claiming and saying. But that's another thing. As I say, is always be on positive side. It's more helpful. Just for your own sake. For me, it doesn't matter whether you like or don't like. At the end of the day, I create videos. Somebody will find useful, because this information will help them to understand where they are and what they have to do. Right. Body, mind, read books, right? And set a goal to be a better person. Because as a woman, you have to be sweeter, kinder, but also strong in your values, immovable. You have to be immovable in your values. That means no guy coming into your life and messing about with you. Because if they raise voice and you say to yourself, I will never ever take again that somebody raises, my partner, my husband raises voice against me, but on the flat ground, where I never gave an opportunity, a reason to shout or or use abusive words, because they're angry and they like messed up in the mind. So when your value is very clear to you, that means they will never shout at you, because you will warn once, twice, and you're out, exit. It doesn't matter how long you live together. Infidelity as well. Infidelity happens if you were kind, loving, giving, caring, never say no to your husband, and he still betrayed you. You decide how you do in that situation. If he brings a lot of money, gives you a good lifestyle, you might want to think twice before you leave him, or you straight away say, it doesn't matter what lifestyle, I'm moving out, I'm leaving him, and I will never cooperate like with infidelity in my relationship, in my family. So that means fair play. You decide how this area gonna stay. More richer man, more opportunities he has. More opportunities he has because more woman wants him, because he's attractive. He doesn't matter how he looks, because all they want is what he can offer to them in lifestyle. That's all it matters when you have money. So yeah, so work on your body, work on your character, and then when you meet a man, you must know your values very well, and then you can roll one day at a time. See whether he's kind, whether he's caring, whether he's giving, whether he's sympathetic, and whether he's really a leader. It's not like, come on, let's go here. No, you're not a dog. You talk like friends all the time with respect. And then he asks, would you like to go there, or what do you think? Maybe we should go there. I would like to go there. What do you think? Something like that. It's just always respectful. But just see if he has these qualities that you want to see. You don't need to live with him or to start living with him. Just date him. You will see who he is in the next couple of dates. 3 to 5 dates, if you're really very well set in your values, as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, he will start very quickly showing that incapability of making right decisions. He is not setting his values. He doesn't know who he is. And you will very clearly understand that, because once you know who you are, you very quickly can define who the other person is. When somebody knows who they are, they behave differently. And then you can roll from that moment. But you have a lot to work on, You evaluate your mistakes, what you've done in a relationship, that you would never ever repeat that again. That this never ever would happen if you ever create another relationship, have another relationship and get married, that this would never happen in your relationship. And that's what you must prevent, becoming very attractive wife or potential wife. That when a man sees you, doesn't matter, maybe you're 45, maybe you're 50. Women marry 55, 60 they marry. But be kind, be sweet, be loving, be supportive. That a man when meets you, he would be blown off his feet. And obviously, when you're older, you don't want to go for Mr. Olympia in a way like that he would be good looking, 6 foot, 6 pack, 6 figures. Get rid of that nonsense. Find a good man, and be happy with him. What do you mean, Sergey, a good man? A good man who cares about you, who speaks nice to you, who always the same predictable behavior. Every day you meet him, he's nice, he's sweet, he's caring, it's good fun to be with him, because he never belittles you, he never ignites some kind of argument. He's always helpful, so you helpful. You don't have a ground to argue. The life gonna be like sweet as chips. I always say that. I don't know whether it makes sense, but do you know what I mean? You will not have ground to argue. This is the beautiful thing. But I also will tell you, more you understand yourself, you will see how few men understand who they are. And then don't look for money. Look for the right guy with the right heart. Because if he has the right heart, he might not have the good job, but he will be working at that job wholeheartedly, and he will be a decent man. That's what you want. If you're making more, it doesn't matter that you're making more. But if you find a good man, get him. If he wants you, what I mean, get him. If a man shows interest in you, of course say yes. If he is nice, if he is kind, if he's got senses, his marbles together, then yeah, give a go. But women always want high up. If you're older, don't expect much, because woman's value drops as you go older. That doesn't mean that you have to get anybody. There is a man most likely for you. More you presentable, more you will find a man, a better man. But again, as I say, it's a process. It's not like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I'm good looking, now I have to get a good man. No, rich man wants younger. If you get a rich man, hey, good on you. But again, with that comes a lot of issues again. Has a lot of choices. And why he would choose you when he can choose younger? So consider all these things and be wise. If you're older, over 40, good looking, body-wise, your brain intact, your values set, you know who you are. If you find a good man, be with him and live happily. That's all I will say. And use that anger to make your life better. That means work on your mind, work on your body, be attractive. When any man you talk, always give a smile, always be nice, always will be sweet. And we all always like a woman who smiles. Not cheeky smile, but smiles and sweet. And she's humble, she's not arrogant, she's not full covered in tattoos, even though if you have tattoos and you've been stupid enough to do tattoos on your body, fair enough, but don't continue to stay in that predicament being stupid. Be wise, be feminine, be sweet, kind, and things will start changing for you, and you will see. But that's not over one day. You need to get information first in your mind, in your head, to start grasping that you can define what you're doing, what you did wrong in the relationship, and how you want to change it to become a better. And I already explained. You should focusing on kindness, goodness, being caring, loving, and sympathetic, understanding. Like my fiance, I shared with her something, and she said, "Don't be like a woman. Why you I wasn't crying. It's just I tried to talk to her, and she's sort of like crying like a woman on my shoulder in a way. I said, look, I'm about to marry you. If I can't talk about what's inside of me, what's the point to marry you? Do you understand what I mean? So it's very important that you would be on the same level emotion, on